From Flab to Fab.
Okay. Shoot, we'll go with it.
I don't really care, man.
I'm Boom,
I'm Charles.
and this show may be called From Flab to Fab. We're trying to lose weight. We've decided we need to. I have a feeling that I am getting health defects from my obesity. And I know that you actually had a medical.
Yeah, I don't want to lose weight necessarily because I want to. I now have to. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in October. So I've actually already been dieting since then because I got to get that taken care of, you know.
So I think I'm diabetic. I have a lot of diabetes in my family, so I think we're in the same boat at this point. I'm 31. You're 33? 34?
I'm 36.
I thought you were going to say 42. You're way off or something.
How old do you think I am? I actually thought you were older than that.
I thought you were like 34.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to try to do this every 2 weeks, and every upload will have us weighing in.
Check in on our progress with the weigh-in at the end of every episode.
There you go. So there'll be some accountability between us and between anybody that watches. We encourage anybody that does watch this, go ahead and do it with us and post your results if you like.
I'm pretty competitive. That's one of the reasons I wanted to join in on this. I feel like it'll really help me stay on my diet when, one, there's the accountability with the audience watching, we'll have the weigh-ins, but also I have to beat you.
Okay. Little scary. I'm competitive, but I don't think it's going to help me. Dieting is so much easier for me when I know that someone else is also suffering. And it's not just dieting, it's just any kind of suffrage. If someone else is also going through the same thing, I'm inspired to hold in because I feel like I'm going to go longer. So as long as you're doing well, I'm going to stay on the tracks. I've said that before in other competitions and ended up cheating. And then I have to tell the other person, like, hey, I cheated.
How are you going to cheat on a diet? How would you even do that?
Well, that actually brings up, that kind of segues right into how we're going to be dieting. My diet of choice is actually going to be just strictly calorie counting. I'm not going to worry about fat, carbs, sugars, anything like that. It comes down strictly to calories in. My suggested calorie intake, DRI, is going to be, I think, 2650. And last time that I tried this out, I was losing weight pretty quickly, and I was eating anywhere from like 1,000 to 1,500. So I'm cutting my caloric intake in half, and I should see results from that. What diet are you planning on?
I'm on the diet that my nutritionist gave me. I, of course, do have to worry about sugar. Mine's probably more carb based. My diet basically works. I have 5 carb points a day, and every 15 carbs takes a point. So I've been it's been working out so far. Again, I was diagnosed in October. Started the diet immediately, obviously, and I've already lost about 22 pounds. So that's the diet that I've been on, and that's probably what I'm going to stick with. I figure that my nutritionist knows best. It's one of those diabetic type diets. But basically, a lot of my dinner plates is basically a quarter protein, a quarter carb, and then half vegetables.
Did you say you get 3 points and each one are worth 15 carbs?
No, I get 5 points, and each point is worth about 15 carbs. So my diet's been really tough because I'm surprised. I've been really surprised about how actually unhealthy non-sugar foods can be. So I'm basically in a double dose. I have to look for low carb and no sugar. It's really limited my options a lot. Pretty much every day I'm down to I eat tuna every day. They kind of come in the packets. That's my lunch. I eat a couple packs of those. I like to get the Thai chili style. It's a good flavor for me.
That sounds horrible.
Oh, it's delicious. But I eat a couple packets of that, and there's some veggie chips come out where I can eat 30 of these chips, and that equals 15 carbs. So that counts as my one carb choice for lunch. And it's really weird how many carbs chips have. If I were to get normal chips, I might get like 5 to 9 chips. But the same, to go and make some veggie chips, they also make already portion size smaller bags. So I basically made my lunch every day is just two pouches of those tuna and a little single serving of the veggie chips.
Last time I was doing this calorie count, it was shocking that I spent 30 minutes walking down the chip aisle in our local grocery store, and the most healthy, highest amount of servings, highest amount of food for the lowest amount of calories was lentil chips that were seasoned with dill and something else, and they were still exceptionally high.
Yeah.
Like 600 calories for just a small bag of chips.
Yeah, and it's a big deal for me because I'm a cereal snacker. It's not just the unhealthy eating. I was eating a lot of unhealthy things all the time. I've always chips and candy and that kind of stuff. So it's been real tough to cut that stuff out. Unfortunately, my diet does allow me to have basically one, a free meal a week where I can just eat, whatever I want, within reason. That doesn't mean I can just save up and go, all right, here's a whole week's worth of junk food right here. But, I don't have to worry about the carb count. It still has to be just a regular, normal-sized meal. So that's definitely helped because, having that freedom to at least have something occasionally has definitely kept me from binging out, which is what always ends up happening whenever in the past I've tried diets. I end up binging out, and then I'm just off it from that point forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that quite a few times where my cheat day, I've bought so much food that there's enough, I can't eat it all, and there's some for the next day, so I tell myself, okay, cheat day is now 2 days long. And then at the end, hey, you know what, I've gone 2 days. Why don't I just go a couple more days, get it out of my system, and then I'll be ready. And then a week goes by, and it just keeps stringing along, and eventually I get to where I don't care. I've got my drug of choice, and I want to stay sedated as long as possible. As we keep doing this, we're going to try to tackle a different issue with obesity, be it how we think we got obese, what are the psychological effects that we think got us here, and what psychological effects do we have now. Problems like just going clothes shopping. How difficult is that for an obese person? This is going to be a comprehensive study on how to be fat. It's going to be glorious. And hopefully, how to become skinny. So
hopefully. What's your weight goal, sir? How much do you plan on losing?
I believe in small, maintainable goals. I'd rather have 20 small goals than one big goal. So my first small goal is, I believe I'm 345 right now, maybe 350. I would like to get down to 320. And with the calorie counting, I think, I'm going to say by episode 3, I think I can get to 320. So long as I'm sticking with this.
So in 4 weeks, huh?
Yeah. I think in 4 weeks I might be able to lose that 25, maybe 30 pounds.
I think the diet I'm on, it's definitely a slower diet. My nutritionist set the goal of 40 pounds in a year. I want to shoot for 50 because I just want to try to do that much more. So by October, I want to have at least lost 50 pounds. I would eventually like to get down to about 250.
Interesting. Are you, does he have you set you up for like 2 pounds a week?
Or
a pound a week?
It's just as it comes off.
Okay.
I've had 3 appointments. Twice I've lost a lot of weight. One was negligible. I only lost a couple pounds, and these are, 3 months apart. So.
Well, that's something that we can definitely tackle is the difference between our diet plans, because they say you should never do more than 2 pounds a week. But to me, that's depressing. I'm like, I'd have to be on the diet for like 3-4 years solid to get where I want to be eventually.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do that. I also need to take up walking though. I'm pretty busy between work and school, so I don't leave a lot of extra time. But I need to make that time. That's probably gonna be the most difficult thing for me, I think, is getting the time to get in like maybe 30 minutes, hour walking every day.
See, my job, I could be walking nonstop. I could be power walking nonstop, but I've never felt like walking ever made me lose it. When I was a kid, I used to walk constantly. I was 320 pounds, and I was this height in high school, middle school even, really. And I used to walk like 5 miles a day. I'd walk to school, I'd walk to friends' houses, and we were in a 5-mile town, and we'd be walking across it back and forth. So I don't feel like walking is enough for me. I think I need. But then again, I was always overeating. If you're,
I'll say, well, maybe there's another factor there. But yeah, if we're on a diet, and I think some walking, that's definitely going to help. So,
how many calories do you think you eat generally in a day, comfortably?
I really haven't done a lot of calorie counting. I know that I think my daily caloric intake should be around 2,500. I mean, I could start looking into that, keep a track.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I use MyFitnessPal. It's a free. You can get it as an app. You can get it on the website. We're not sponsored or anything. I like the protocol. I like the not the protocol. I like the, what would you call that? The HUD, the setup, the display, I like the layout of the website. You can keep track of how much protein you eat, how much sugar you eat, all that stuff. You type in whatever you're eating. Most of the stuff's already been put in there by other people. You check and make sure, if you eat a can of Chef Boyardee, you look on the back and it says 18 grams of sugar per serving, 2 servings. You go on there, you click 2 servings, and it keeps track of all that. So at the end of the week, at the end of the month, whatever you want, you can actually print out a report, and it'll tell you, on a daily average, you ate this much, on this day you ate 600 calories more than you should have, and 40 sodium more than you should have. And so I would recommend getting on that just because it makes it easier, especially in this format. We can just show a printout report where we can slip that in to the video.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
All right, well, I think that's a good place to stop. After the weigh-in, we'll be seeing everybody in about 2 weeks.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get on this. Tap it again, and then when it goes to 0. Okay, now do it again. Make sure that you're completely on there.
Maybe way too much for your scale.
It's possible, but we've had somebody else weigh on it, and it just said error when it couldn't read.
Well, I don't know what's going on with this.
I don't know. Oh, there we go. You're at 367.6.
That means I put on a few pounds since my last weigh-in, and that's not good.
Well, that's what this is all about, right?
Yeah.
Accountability. My diabetic feet. I'm going to take up a lot of room right here. 346.6. So I was pretty close. I knew it was going to be about 345. Okay. And we'll just edit that right in. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
Any closing words?
Titties McBiggis.
Maybe we should do something to signify the actual start of everything else.
The hand.
The hand. Ooh.
I like to leave it up there for a minute because a lot
Yeah,
of times
because you're fast forwarding. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just dragging that bar like super fast. Okay, so we did the intro.